Hey guys, welcome back to News for the Sonics. We discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And today I'm going to be reviewing another episode of What If T'Challa became a Star-Lord, as it's titled in the series. So basically, as you would figure, if you've seen the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, at least the first one, it basically plays those events. But what if T'Challa was actually involved in those events? What if T'Challa was Star-Lord? And he's not exactly Peter Quill. This was all because of a mix-up. Yondu's Ravagers went to go pick up the wrong child. When Yondu requested to pick up Peter Quill, who is the son of Ego the Living Planet, we all know why he was needed. So it was basically a mix-up. But then Yondu gained interest in this kid, T'Challa, and he was wondering, like, what were you doing out there all by yourself anyways? And unlike T'Challa from our main MCU canon, who loves his country of Wakanda and who loves to stay in that country and not go outside so much out of Wakanda, this version of T'Challa felt trapped in a bubble per se, and meant like physically and figuratively speaking. And this one willingly goes with Yondu and his group of Ravagers men and just explores the galaxy. You know, why explore the planet when you can go ahead and explore the universe? So that's what Yondu goes ahead and does, and explores the universe with Yondu. And then fast forward to 20 years now, he becomes what we know today as Star-Lord. Only this time, instead of not being a well-known Star-Lord like Peter Quill, T'Challa is a well-known Star-Lord, very popular with everybody who thinks he's awesome. So much so that at the very beginning, if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, which I'm sure you have if you're watching this review, at the very beginning we are met with Korath the Pursuer, who finds T'Challa trying to get the Infinity Stone in this temple. And instead of Korath questioning who he is, he tells his other men, Korath the Pursuer tells his other men, put your guns down. Don't you know who this is? This is Star-Lord. He's so much so impressed that he's like even praising him, and he's even honored to be fighting him even if he's losing in the fight. It is so cool. This episode is really quick because it believes its audience has already seen all the MCU movies that are canon, of course, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why the pacing of the What If series seems to be very quick and snappy, because it assumes that the audience knows that you're caught up and you've seen all of the episodes. So if you're going to go in this series blindly, don't do it, because you may not understand anything that's happening. So a lot of the characters that we know that are villains, or at least turned out to be villains at first and then became reformed later, well, that's not the case. So we even meet up with Nebula, who's actually good friends with T'Challa, and even Thanos of all people. Now, we were sort of aware that Thanos was going to be making an appearance, and we are familiar with what Thanos' goal was in the movies. Let's just keep it for real here right now. Thanos was intending to commit the same genocide that he did in the main MCU canon. And Josh Brolin did return, by the way, to give his voice to the Mad Titan himself. But this time, Thanos is reformed simply because T'Challa, of how badass he is, he basically just had a conversation with him and basically convinced him to abandon his ways of being, mad and, wanting to commit suicide, and become reformed and join the Ravagers. And that's what Thanos did. And I'm thinking, man, T'Challa is a badass. It's like, seriously, like, wow. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went into this episode, with a little bit of emotion here, because we all know that sadly Chadwick Boseman did pass away last year on August 28th, 2020, and this month is actually going to mark a year since his death. But just knowing in my head, like, what was really going through my head when I was watching this, and I know he's going to be appearing in 4 episodes in this series, I know that for a fact. But what was really sad is that, I'm aware that this is like probably the last project he ever did before his passing, and it's just good to see that he was able to come into the series with so much enthusiasm, so much excitement, so much hype, so much, he put a lot of effort and work, and he even gave his own spin and take, and kind of acted like as a consultant and tried to do his best to deliver the best T'Challa accent, and to give the best performance by delivering the best accent that he can deliver from the movies, and try to keep it close to what it was in the films, because this character T'Challa in the series is very much so still a Wakandan based character. You know, a lot of the, not, I wouldn't say the Black Panther origins remains in him, but I guess a lot of his culture is there in his Star-Lord outfit, which is similar to Peter Quill's, but this one still has a lot of purple. The Panther, I guess you could say the Panther claws necklace around him, his neck is still there. You know, purple, like those cues and hints and color cues and everything, that's all there. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in this episode. We even meet the Collector, a buffed size, powered up, beefed up version of the Collector's in this. Seth Green reprised his role as Howard the Duck, which was awesome to see. And you know, I know I sound like I'm going all over the place because I don't really have exactly a written script, and I actually don't want to prolong this review at all for you guys at all, you know, really. But I just gotta say that this episode was great, and I would be lying if I didn't feel any emotions when watching this episode. I really wanted to tear up a little bit because I just know that this is Chadwick Boseman's like last performance, at least last project in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's sad really just knowing that he's never going to return to that role. And overall, I really enjoyed it. It was really funny. It was great to see a lot of characters returning to their respective roles. I mean, Josh Brolin returned as Thanos. He delivered a great performance. Karen Gillan returned as Nebula. She delivered a great performance as well. And of course, you got to hand it to Chadwick Boseman. I mean, a lot of the cast members from the MCU did return to play their respective parts, and it was really fun to see and hear their voices once again playing these characters. And you can tell that a lot of passion went into this project. Overall, I mean, I guess the fast pacing thing is going to be kind of an issue. I mean, not really an issue, but again, like I said before, this series is assuming that you've seen all of the movies of MCU canon. So the pacing is going to be kind of quick, jumpy, and you're never going to get tired of it. So if you've seen all the MCU movies and you go into the series, perfect. But if you go in this blindly, you may not know what's going on, and you may be confused as to what's happening, you know, why this is happening, what's going on over here and whatnot with these characters. But it was really cool to see. Once again, Yondu plays a good surrogate father, and the Ravagers play a great surrogate family. And the way T'Challa was treating his Star-Lord role was really more of like a Robin Hood-esque kind of thing. If you don't know Robin Hood and you don't know like the main point of the Robin Hood character, is that basically Robin Hood steals from the rich and gives to the poor. And that's T'Challa's motto in this episode. There was even a reference where Yondu mentions like Robin Leach, which is actually a person, I guess, who's in charge of producing these Marvel movies and series. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, because I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But then T'Challa quickly corrects him. It's Robin Hood, who's like a really well-known character in pop culture. So it was kind of cool to see those kind of references and a lot of Easter eggs, and of course in the collector's room as well. So that was really fun and cool to see. And overall, I had a great time with this episode. I mean, what did you guys think of it? Did you enjoy what if T'Challa became a Star-Lord? I certainly as hell did, and I can't wait to see more performances of Chadwick Boseman as Star-Lord T'Challa, and can't wait to see what that's like in the future. Definitely really excited for it. Guys, go ahead and check out episode 2 of What If you haven't done so already. And with all that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. As always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.